Hi, this is Tony from Great Lakes Swimmers, and you're watching LP33.tv.
The line runs through like a train in a book. All meters underwater, ending with the hook.
When I was a little kid, the local sort of AM radio station was, played country and western and kind of what you'd consider like old school country music, I guess. And that was kind of the first music that I heard as a kid. When I grew older, I got into independent music and sort of the punk rock aesthetic and the kind of like the DIY sort of attitude and spirit. And that was my entry into making music. But the earliest memories that I have of music were that crackly old AM radio. I sort of wanted to apply those kind of values to and pick up more traditional tools in terms of music and sort of approach that kind of old way of making music with that kind of DIY spirit. These days, playing with a bigger band, that's kind of a really important thing to me, and that's sort of like always a fear that that chemistry isn't going to be there, or the flow won't be there. And that's the reason to do it, is when those moments happen, when everyone's kind of playing together and it's just gelling and clicking, like you can sort of feel it.
I'm just pulling on a line, on a line. Oh, I'm just pulling on a line.
We recorded in the Thousand Islands region of Ontario and upstate New York. We were contacted by a local aerial photographer and historian there named Ian Korstein. And when the time came to record the new album, I got in touch with him and said, do you think there'd be any sort of interesting acoustic places to record in there? And we sort of brainstormed on it, and he was able to point us in the direction of some really cool places. The surroundings and the environment that we're in when we're recording affects the performance to a great extent. Most of the songs were actually written going into that space, but there were some songs that were written, being influenced by that space too. I definitely think that it adds something intangible to the recordings.
It weaves itself into a fabric so true.
We're doing a full U.S. North American tour actually this month. We're doing some Canadian festivals in the summertime, and that's pretty much it. We're going to be traveling all over the place in the next little while. I think it's sort of an emotional thing, our shows, and I think that's what people kind of take away from them.